big news in the tobacco world. Juul CEO Kevin Burns is stepping down. This comes as the company faces growing scrutiny over its role in a public health crisis that has seen at least 9 vaping-related deaths, 10 as of the latest count here. News of his departure coming as a big tobacco deal goes up in smoke. Altria, which has a big stake in Juul, 35%, and Phillip Morris ending merger talks. The deal would have created a $200 billion tobacco giant. Altria CEO spoke to CNBC earlier today about the called-off merger.
We are always looking for opportunities to strengthen our position. And ultimately, we thought it was worth a discussion with Phillip Morris International about whether there was an opportunity to merge. Ultimately, we couldn't come to terms, and so we're back focused on our very strong position in the U.S. market.
So clearly a lot of developments today. Pete, what's your take?
You know, I got to tell you something. I think there's so much regulatory issues that are going to be facing these guys for a while now that I think it's almost like a hands-off. Now, I own some calls to the upside right now on Altria just because people had been buying these, expecting something very positive out of this deal. Obviously, we're not seeing it. It's not a big reaction, at least on that side of things. So I think those are going to probably end up going out worthless. They had a little bit of a move early, but now they've gone away. I think there's just so much to this whole thing, and everybody's a part of this. It's the president on down, and everybody seems to be getting more and more negative. And we talked in the green room. Does this start to affect any of the other, side areas, like in the marijuana world and some of the rest of that? How much is going to be affected here?
Right, Karen.
Yeah, no, I was wondering about that. Is this what's part of you are the pot queen?
You are the pot queen. I meant to say that.
Is this some of what is being, the uncertainty, right, of the bear case in cannabis world?
I think that if there are questions about vaping and there are crackdowns on vaping, then that is going to be an area of business that might be sort of delayed or stunted, at least for now, until there's more clarity on what exactly is behind all of these deaths. So I do, that could certainly contribute to this whole thing.
Yeah, I would think it would. I was surprised, though, that PM was up on this news. I would have thought that this would have been a dead-in-the-water deal from last week. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe people still believed it might happen.
I was surprised that Altria wasn't down more
right
on the day because
Altria felt like it didn't
finish the highs of the session.
Like they knew it was going to break, and the PM shareholders didn't.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
How is that possible?
Which can be deemed encouraging. I mean, but this stock's been cut in half now in 3 years, effectively, when the stock market's at all-time highs. So people say valuation. I don't see any compelling and we're saying it just tonight. We've been saying it for a while. I don't really see any compelling reason to buy it. Now, with that said, this is ripe for a Nelson Peltz to sort of get his arms around, or a Carl Icahn type. I mean, this would be a trophy for them in a major way. So you could see an activist. I have no idea.
If you open their playbook, there aren't businesses.
Should they buy cannabis? Should they buy vape? What are they going to do? These guys are so desperate.
I'm just throwing it out there. It wouldn't be surprising. Let's put it that way. But I don't know what they would do.
I'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
I would.
I'd also be surprised.
You don't know what you're. I don't know what you're.
You're facing so many hurdles.
Buying the name at a ridiculous discount.
There are no easy fixes to this declining tobacco business.